the member for Holborn. Call the member for Monash.
Deputy Speaker, there are some times in a long stay in this parliament like I have had that I need to bring to your attention, to the House's attention and the people of Australia's attention of what's going on in my state of Victoria. These things need to be recorded on Hansard so the world knows exactly what's going on in Victoria, my home state. Recently, a friend of mine brought to my attention that a fellow friend of his had heard about a vigil being held in a Bayside suburb, and it was opposing what the Victorian state government's doing. He thought, I'd like to go and sit with that vigil. So a quiet vigil. He went and he sat on the lawn quietly. There were some police nearby, but they were just watching. Some journalists came along and he spoke to them. As he spoke to journalists, the police walked towards him and then issued him with an infringement notice. He took his infringement notice, he went home, and last week he received the fine. The fine was more than $5,000. Yet thousands and thousands and thousands of people have entered the streets each weekend and there were no fines. How is it that in this country, what would have seemed as absurd and unconscionable even a year ago, that we have a nation so corruptly divided as this, that thousands can march, yet this one person who spoke to two journalists receives a more than $5,000 fine at a time when he had decided he didn't want to take these vaccines. He's not an anti-vaxxer, but he didn't want to take these vaccines. So he's lost his job and he has a $5,000 fine. That family was already struggling. This is my great South land. There's things that we don't do. I think this is wrong. I think it is unconscionable. I think it is criminal. And I think it is immoral.
Thank the member for Monash.